We live in a world that never stops offering more. More to buy, more to scroll, more to numb, and more to escape. Until the wanting becomes normal and stopping feels impossible.
And somehow, the harder we chase it, the more burnt out, anxious, addicted and disconnected we become.
This is More, a podcast hosted by people with lived experience of addiction, mental health issues, trauma, and neurodiversity, where the pursuit of more led us to rock bottom and has since led us to finding alternative ways to live.
Each week we have raw, honest conversations with each other and our guests, grounded in lived experience, about what the chase takes from us and what's possible when you stop running.
Through these conversations, we hear a diverse collection of stories and experiences from those who have found an alternative way to exist in the world.
These conversations are recorded in a single take, with no editing, so what you hear is real and unfiltered. Some names and places may be changed in order to protect those sharing their stories.
Welcome to More. Hi and welcome, excuse me, to episode 13 of More. Great start. My name's Toby.
And I'm Rudy.
Listener discretion is advised as always. This episode's going to contain probably swearing, probably talks of suicide ideation, because we are discussing
Dissociation. And on that, there's a version of being gone that nobody can see. You're in the room, you're answering the questions, you're driving the car, making the dinner, having the conversation, but you're not there. You're watching it happen from somewhere behind your own eyes. For years, that wasn't a symptom to us. It was just how we felt. Today, we're talking about the years we spent somewhere else.
Dissociation. Yeah, another biggie, isn't it?
It is a biggie.
Quite closely tied in with the freeze response and such like. But yeah, before that, little check-in.
Yeah, check in there. How are you doing?
I'm doing good. I feel today is just gratitude. Yeah. And I keep saying this, but so I was supposed to be working today and then I cancelled the work because I had something else that I had to go and do, and then that fell through. And then instead of going back to work, because it's like 7,000 degrees, I decided to take the day off. And I'm so glad I did. I've just done some self-work, bit of self-care, done lots of check-ins with people, and just reminded myself of all the things I have to be grateful for throughout the day, and sat in the shade.
Nice.
Yeah, so I'm feeling grateful. Mate, what about you? How you checking in?
Checking in sweaty.
Yep.
No, I think I'm all right, man. Just feeling normal. Baseline.
Normal?
Just
Not allowed to use that word anymore.
just my normal. Like, not good, not bad. Just like, but there.
Yeah, mate, that's pretty good.
But I have I think yesterday, the day before, is the first time I felt like that heaviness of the depression that I get. And I was just like, fuck. But seems to be all right today. But I haven't had that since, well, mate, what's the date? It's literally like 2 years nearly since I went to treatment.
Is it? Yeah.
So I probably haven't really, well, I felt it for the first 2 months when I got back, but it's been if you look at my journals now, it's been a long time since I had that depression. So I think it's just a reminder. I don't feel it today. But mate, other than that, I'm doing all right, man. Just like busy.
Yeah.
But just busy and tired.
Checking in busy.
Yeah. Checking in the busiest I've been in 2 years.
That's good.
Is it?
Well,
No, it's all right, man. It's all good stuff.
how are you getting on with your meds?
The meds.
You went on some new meds, weren't you, last episode we were chatting?
Oh, yeah. Mate, I don't feel any different, to be honest. I have mate, I had to go and see the psychiatrist on Monday, and I'm going on a higher dose on the ADHD. I think my on that medication, I don't know if it's like affecting my I do feel a bit more focused, but it's lifting the chronic fatigue.
Okay.
And so I don't know if it's having the right effect, because it's not like it's combating the ADHD, but it is. I guess it's in that family of drugs, isn't it? Where it's like,
Yeah.
I'm not knackered all the time.
Speed.
Yeah. Yeah, so but I don't know. We'll see how
That must be
goes.
nice, though.
Yeah, because I can just get shit done, really,
Yeah.
and not feel like I need a 4-hour kip after I do every
Yeah,
task.
mate.
So yeah, mate, it's all gone all right. Like, I don't know. My sleep's all right. I've ditched my watch because I was just like, what am I using it for? My sleep's all right.
What, your Fitbit thing?
I fucking hate wearing a watch, man.
Look what I got.
Yeah. Is it good?
Yeah. Obviously, this is a podcast, so you can't see what I'm doing by waving my finger at you. I've got an Aura ring, like wearable tech, isn't it? Basically, so like a Fitbit, but for in a ring form on your finger, not as opposed to on your wrist. Game changer. Absolutely love it.
Yeah,
it's not cumbersome. The battery lasts like 6 days.
Nice.
Which for me is, I don't even know where the battery would be in it. Like it's literally a ring. Insane. I don't know how like a Fitbit lasts 7 minutes.
I didn't have. I don't have any I don't have any notifications to come through on a Fitbit.
Yeah.
So I guess it lasted a bit longer because I had all of that shit turned off.
Yeah.
But mate, it's just doing my head in. I was like, what am I tracking? I know I'm not getting my steps in because I'm sat on my ass on my laptop all day. As long as I'm going to the gym and exercising, then at least I'm doing something.
Yeah.
And so I've ditched it. My sleep's sound.
Yeah.
I feel like it becomes a thing where I was just checking it all the time.
Yeah. Well, you do. You kind of do, don't you? You become like obsessed with it.
Yeah. Well, I guess it goes back to dissociation. When I wasn't sleeping, all my life is depersonalized and disassociated.
Yeah.
And it's like, mate, I just didn't know. Days just passed by.
Yeah.
You don't remember any of it.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, it doesn't feel like that at the minute.
That's good, mate. That all sounds pretty positive. Like in a just like Joe Blogs kind of way.
Yeah. Mate, it's as good as it can be.
Fucking good. Your sleep's okay.
Yeah.
Your chronic fatigue's lifted.
Because I'm high as a kite.
Lifting.
On ADHD, mate.
I mean, mate.
Yeah.
It's progress, isn't it?
Yeah.
It's definitely progress.
Smashing the gym. Eating, like I said, just eating far too much food and paying the price for it.
Yeah.
My career heaviest now.
Yeah.
I'm just like...
You're looking good, mate.
Getting short, mate. Not around the midriff.
You're just not doing well for the environment with all the methane.
Mate. Yeah. And like, I've never been this like... I've just got too into it, I think. I've never carried this much weight. Like walking up that hill from my house, I'm like, what are you doing this to yourself for, man? But it's all good, man. I could be doing a lot worse to myself.
Yeah, cool, mate. Well, yeah, just going back to that ring. If anyone listening is trying to track their health,
yeah, what does it track?
For everything.
Does it?
It is a wicked bit of kit. Heart rate, stress levels, blood oxygen, sleep. But then it characterizes your chronotype. Let me pop up the app and I'll whack off some buzzwords. So like it gives you like a performance readiness for your day depending on your sleep and your food intake previously. Like it gives you like a proper map of where you are overall with your health going along and gives it you in a chart form. Yeah, loads. Like I've just opened mine up and it says, bedtime's approaching. If you want to prepare yourself for good quality sleep, now's the time to start winding down your body and your mind. And then it gives you stuff and activities you can do.
Should we call it a day?
Yeah. Got a daily summary. Yeah, telling me about my resting heart rate, things to watch, and as you go forward, it gives you a real-time baseline of your life and habits and where you need to pay some more attention. And it's not like you're not doing this, you're not doing that. It's like maybe this could use a bit of looking at, or maybe so it's quite good. It's not too down your throat. But yeah, it gives you an overall plan, like already. And because because when I had the Fitbit, it was the same. I was just like sleep, just obsessing over like, why am I not sleeping? When did I was awake for 7 minutes then.
Yeah.
Because that's it gives you the sort of like chart and just leaves you to pick it apart yourself.
Yeah.
Whereas this gives you all the information on how, why, things that have affected, things that you can do about it. Brilliant. I would highly recommend it alongside first sponsors, which are going to be Yamaha. Second sponsors, hopefully Aura, rings, wicked bit of kit. Look it up. Yeah, it's hot.
It is hot.
It's so hot.
How's that? Is your new bike a Yamaha?
Yeah.
How is it?
Yeah, it's good. So good. I've had some sexy bits put on it.
Nice.
By a friend, which is nice. Yeah, the bike's good, but I've been too ill since last episode. We skipped a week again, didn't we? 'Cause I basically died of man flu, but was actually flu. It was like, well, the doctor reckoned it was tonsillitis, but I went man down hard, throat all swollen up, massive photosensitivity, sort of like migraines, joint pain. Like I could only sort of like move one joint in my body at a time. It was like that bad. It's the illest I've ever been.
Really?
Yeah. Fever. And it was like 35 degrees. And I'm in basically a caravan wrapped in a duvet, shivering.
But soaking wet.
Yeah. Oh man, it was bad. Yeah. Yeah. I'm sort of back. I'm better now, but still like catching up on the fatigue. Like today, I had a nap at about 9 o'clock until about 12. Just completely wiped out. Just still haven't got the energy. But yeah, some good people around me helped me out.
Takes time as well, doesn't it, to get over it?
Yeah. Really run down.
Mm.
Yeah, it kicked my ass.
Yeah.
It really did. When it first started coming on, I was like, well, I'll tell you what I thought it was. My mum bought I'm going to have to look to see what it's called now, so I make sure that I use it by its right name. But basically, because of like stuff that's happened to me, and if you listen to this, you'll sort of know my story. Because I have effectively left my body, she thinks that bad energy and other sort of like beings and whatnot could have taken over parts of my body and stuff. Let me Google this a minute. So she got me a J-seals and unnatural implants removal session, which is like I'm sorry, trying to say this without sounding pessimistic. It's a long distance, because I'm not pessimistic. I remain open-minded, but so basically they do an energy
like Reiki,
but they're in Hotland.
Yeah.
So like proper like working from home.
Yeah.
And so yeah, and Mum got it for me, and like I have to stay open minded now, because I don't do that narrow minded stuff now, and I am, and and if it is a thing, God, I'm open to it. So I booked in my session or whatever, and they say you just have to like lie down on your bed or whatever, and just like not have any watch or jewelry or anything on, and just be open to it. And I had the session, but I sort of fell asleep, and I woke up and the caravan was rocking.
Really?
It like legit was rocking, because like the stuff in the cupboard was rattling, and I was like, what? oh, and I looked at the time and it was bang in the middle of it. And I sort of went back to sleep. And like, there's no one around here to be rocking. Anyway, so yeah, something was going on. But then it was like, not long after that I got ill, and and I was like, is this like something leaving my body? And then it got that bad. I was like, maybe this is something leaving my body. I was like lay delirious because I was like in and out of consciousness. I sort of came to outside on the floor at one point. I was stumbling around in here, hallucinating. Like I was ill.
Did you message him and ask for your money?
Yeah, I think at one point I remember saying, "Get out of my body." Oh, but yeah.
How did you feel after that? Well, just instantly ill. Do you think anything?
No, it wasn't instantly, but it was like they sent me a follow-up email saying, it would take like a couple of days, months, maybe even like a year for it all to sort of like look after yourself and all that sort of drink plenty of water crack.
I think I'm in the wrong game.
I know, that's exactly what I said. When mum said to me, she was like, "Oh yeah, I've booked it or whatever," and I was thinking, "Oh, it's because I had to send me an email and I had to go on there and book my time slot." I was like, it would be like a video thing or whatever, or like in person. And she's like, "No, it won't." And I clicked on it and it's like, you don't have to be part of it. I was like, Jesus. I mean, yeah,
You don't even speak to anyone.
I know it's hard not to be skeptical.
Yeah,
but I'm trying not to be. And hopefully it did something. But yeah, but then it wasn't long after that I was very ill. So maybe it did. Maybe it exorcised the demon and that was it coming out of me.
see how it goes.
Yeah.
Keep us posted.
Do you know what? I feel good.
Yeah.
Right. Should we get into this?
Yeah, let's do it.
Dissociation. There's lots of big words we're going to be using today. I've had treatment for dissociation, so it's definitely something that is relevant for me. And I think probably when people start hearing a lot of this, they'll realise that it's quite common in people in this sort of...
If you've had any trauma or PTSD,
yeah,
then it's a coping mechanism as such, isn't it?
Yeah, totally.
Yeah, and I think got a lot of lived experience of this. I think for me, I feel like spent most of my life disassociated. And when you go through treatment and therapy and you try and recall childhood, you just don't remember any of it.
Yeah.
I mean, most of like adult life as well.
Mm-hmm.
I can remember when I was using and all of those, but like day-to-day life, just completely checked out. Watching someone else live my life.
Yeah.
It's crazy.
Yeah, totally. And it's not a disorder itself, is it? It's the nervous system's way of protecting you when you're overwhelmed or too overwhelmed to be present in the situation. It's survival response. So, I mean, you can probably become disassociated from quite minor things, I would imagine.
Yeah.
I say, well, minor, but like, as in, it doesn't have to be big T stuff.
Yeah.
I think even being witness to some stuff could definitely put you into dissociation.
Yeah. And it's very similar to when you're daydreaming or you're driving along a motorway and you're on autopilot.
That's like one end of the spectrum, isn't it?
Yeah. And then it's just very heightened. It's like 100x that.
Yeah.
And it never gets turned down.
Yeah, it stays there.
Yeah. And I think part of that, is the depersonalization as well. That has been a big part of my story. And I think, especially in relationship, is that I'm just not there.
Yeah.
People are expecting things. And it's like, I'm just completely detached, watching, like, as I said, watching life through a window, watching my own life. And there's nothing I can do, and the more people call it out, it gets worse.
Mm.
To be like, oh, I don't know, people, friends, when you're going to snap out of it. You just go deeper into it.
Yeah.
It's just like a bigger and bigger hole that I can't get out of.
Mm. So it's not like psychosis. You haven't lost touch with reality. You've not gone mental. You know who you are. You know where you are. It's just that feeling of things not being real, but not being not carrying. It's quite hard to explain actually. Not carrying as much. Oh, I don't know. It's quite a sensory thing for me. Like things don't feel real, but they don't feel like they have any sustenance. It just feels like watching.
Yeah, it's like disconnected, isn't it?
Yeah,
Yeah.
but not like I don't get that like I'm above myself watching myself. Do you know what I mean? I just feel like, and I've said it before, I get like this sort of just like I'm kind of like watching my life through two like eye shaped size holes in the distance.
Mm.
Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So I'm kind of like, I say in the distance, not that far, but it's quite hard to explain. It's just like I'm just back there, and it's all autopilot. It's all okay, you're just about getting by. Body's doing everything that it can do on autopilot. But if you ask me to do anything that requires emotional maturity or sort of empathy or anything like that,
intimacy is just
intimacy definitely.
No go for me.
And that's so derealization, the not feeling real. The world feels foggy, flat, like a dream.
Yeah it does. And like from the outside it looks like you're just being, for me, why are you so miserable?
And
it's like, well,
we're lazy, I suppose. Again, like the freeze response, isn't it? Checked out.
Whereas like I'm trying my hardest, but I just can't. And it's out of my control. But at the end, before I went to treatment, I did have the psychosis where I just lost touch completely. And the only way I could see it stopping was to end it.
To stop it.
Yeah.
Do you know what? I wonder if I might have been on the verge of that when I go into recovery. I've been thinking about that a lot lately.
Yeah.
When did you first realise the way you'd been living wasn't how everyone else experienced being alive?
Well, I kind of knew for the last 10 years since I started therapy. At first, I was depressed and disassociated. I wasn't present. Had a new child, trying to manage that and a relationship and working backwards and forwards from London. And I just wasn't working.
The more sort of like real life stuff that piles up, the harder it is to hide these things, isn't it? You sort of like, you can get by when you're just skin deep, but when you're like you say, like intimacy, the having children, creating businesses, all those things where you have to be around people a lot of the time, starts becoming a bit more obvious, doesn't it?
When you're accountable to people as well, I think that's when, like, when I'm on my own and I'm disassociated, I'm just on my own. Disassociated. But when when there's children, friends, family, partners, I think it's very different. And it's tricky. I think I kind of knew over the years and years, but then I used a lot to escape it, or to mask it, even to feel more normal. But now I can just spot it. I isolate. I just won't go anywhere. And I think once I start not leaving the house, if I'm not sleeping, it's a very slippery slope, But thankfully, I still feel that numbness every day. I don't feel like that's one of the things that I've had the pleasure of getting back. in my recovery. You
Yeah.
think, all of the sayings is, the good thing is you get your feelings back. The bad thing, you get your feelings back. I just haven't had that.
Yeah.
And I just don't think I've ever had those feelings. And I think that's part of why my using and where I am on the spectrum is, and I think, I don't know, I think I've probably felt disassociated or numb my whole life to some extent.
Yeah.
It's a funny thing, isn't it? What about you? When do you think you've...
Yeah. After taking acid as a kid, definitely. I think that exacerbated that, definitely, for obvious reasons. But the most sort of like recent, I think, or the most relative, I guess, easier to remember, when I left the military, I sort of I I quite a lot of things happened at the same time. I became involved in a relationship, like the beginning of a long-term relationship. I lost my job, my family, and all that sort of thing in one swoop, and was in chronic pain, like living with it.
I think chronic pain's definitely contributes to disassociation.
Yeah, well, you just don't all of those things, and then had my daughter, so became a parent. All of this stuff happened within like 6-8 months, all definitely within a year, and I think that's where I kind of feel like I was before that. I was kind of working my way out of it. I was kind of like blossoming
Yeah.
out of disassociation a bit. I was kind of like getting a bit more present, but not. I've definitely not been present for a long time, but beginning to have like tastes of it. When all that happened, I think I went into
While you were still in the military.
No, when I came out,
Yeah.
when everything just went to fuck, I think then that's when I started disassociating, or I disassociated and stayed there for quite a long time.
Yeah.
Like as an adult, I've said it before. I was just on autopilot. You weren't getting a lot out of me. Outwardly doing stuff, which
Yeah.
is mad, isn't it?
Yeah.
Because it's such a strange thought. But it's kind of like, it's almost like living your life, but just looking at the memories. Like the next day, you're like a day behind,
Yeah.
thinking, "Oh God, fucking hell, did I do that?" So yeah, that was it. It wasn't then that I realised that, but I think that's when it happened, and then the realisation of that has only happened since being in recovery
Yeah.
and doing this work and figuring out all this stuff exists. Because before, when you're in it,
You just
unless
think it's the norm, don't you?
yeah,
It's like,
I just think I'm just a bit of a fucking weirdo, and that's just the way it is.
yeah.
Where does it come from then?
Well, I guess it's survival, isn't it? I think it's a defense against being overwhelmed.
Yeah.
Through different situations. I think for me, I think that come from dysfunctional childhood, dysfunctional environment that I lived in.
Yeah.
And as you said, you don't know any different. It's your whole world, isn't it? It's just the norm.
Yeah.
And then it becomes long term then.
Yeah.
And becomes your default. I think just escaping to my bedroom and being silent in my bedroom. There was not as a kid. Maybe when I was a late teenager, you could game on a headset, but there was none of that. You just go in your room and watch a video or put a CD on, and escape.
Yeah. Which is escaping a little bit as a kid is okay, isn't it?
Yeah.
But like the earlier, more prolonged the trauma is,
Yeah.
the more disassociation becomes a default setting.
Yeah. Yeah.
It just becomes the thing that you go to, and if it's happening often,
Yeah.
and it's your only escape, like the freeze response. You leave, but you can't leave, so you leave within yourself.
Yeah. Yeah, exactly. You know, and I think at home, no one ever talked about any feelings or what you were doing. So if I'd go out and I was out with my mates and we get in trouble or we get chased or we're scrapping, I couldn't go home and tell my parents, or I've been fighting or whatever. And then I'd just go in my room and completely disassociate because I didn't have anywhere, you know, that fear of, you know, all of those feelings that I probably did have as a kid just all disappear.
Yeah.
Slowly but surely. You know, and I think, yeah, I think the PTSD, especially as a kid, where, well, in the household, getting told off all the time and disciplined, and, you know, I think disassociation just becomes the norm, really.
Yeah.
Can't
Can
really,
can you pinpoint like the first feeling of it? Do you think?
just me, just like my mum would be like, you know, you'd mess around and she'd shout at us and hit us, and then she'd be like, right, wait until your dad gets home, you'll know about it then.
Yeah.
And then, you know, you're disassociating, ready for that coming in.
Mm-hmm.
You're just trying to zone out because you know you're going to get your ass smacked.
Yeah.
You know, and that's, you just associate them so you're somewhere else by the time that happens. It gets to that point.
Yeah.
You know, and you're shitting yourself so much, you're so overwhelmed that you just disassociate.
Yeah.
Now I know about it. I can see.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. You're not calling it at the time.
Yeah. And I think, you know, the sad thing is that when I try and think of my childhood, I said this to my brother recently, is that I can only remember most of those bad things.
Yeah. Same.
And it's like, yeah, it's like that. And of not knowing what to do, just the fear and the overwhelm.
Yeah.
And, you know, similarly, well, I think I shared before when I fainted on the stage at the Christmas.
Yeah. The debut
Yeah.
performance.
My Broadway debut. Short-lived. Yeah, so it's tricky. What about you? When do you think you could first, similarly to when you come out of the...
Yeah. I was just thinking about that there when you said that. So some of my earliest like fearful memories really are sort of like around my stepdad, and he used to like punch doors and slam doors and break stuff. And I've sort of said before on here, you know, he's a bit of a confused guy, but he used to like hit me a bit, and, you know, like wash my mouth out with soap and stuff, and definitely from that. But I think the one thing that's really jumping out in my head is I came home from school one day, and and I had a PlayStation in my bedroom, and was it a play or something like that? Yeah, I think it was play. Yeah, it was. And my window was broken in my room, and my PlayStation controller was like all busted. And I was like, someone's thrown my controller. You know, they were leaded back then. Even so, like, obviously pulled it back or whatever. And I can remember when I got into my room, I'd seen the smashed window, and then I looked at my controller on the table and it was smashed. I can remember like literally sort of just being like just that overwhelm of like, you know, what's going to come from this now, the repercussions. Can I even point out that someone's done it? And
and what,
you know, I know who it is, but ramifications of that, am I going to, and this just sort of just like, this just whole just recoiling into myself feeling.
the fear.
Yeah.
It's hard, isn't it, as a kid when you look back those situations, and it's like, fucking hell. One of my schoolmates' mum used to, if he'd been naughty at school, she'd just cut the lead and say you have to save your pocket money for another one. Just so shit. But yeah, it's that feeling, isn't it, of like not knowing you're a kid. You can't like, you can't approach anyone and say, look, what's the crack?
Unsafe.
Yeah. So then you just go into yourself.
Yeah.
Dissociate.
Yeah, man. Yeah. So the we got some stats. Have we got some stats? I think we got some stats a bit. Should we hit some stats up quickly? 15 to 30% of people with PTSD have the dissociative subtype, which is depersonalization or derealization. So 15 to 30% of people with PTSD. God, that's a lot, actually.
Because there must be so many. Everyone must have their PTSD.
Exactly. And that's what I mean before. It can be a traumatic event, can be quite small. And, like that course we did when we were talking about two people can be in the same car crash.
Yeah.
And neither of them get hurt, or it could be exactly the same scenario.
Yeah.
And two people can interpret it completely different. One can have a scar for the rest of their life, metaphorically speaking, and the other could just be absolutely fine. So, yeah, that's mad.
What's another stat is that, the earlier and the more prolonged the trauma, that will strongly predict dissociation becoming the default response. And that, I think that sums it up for me.
Mm-hmm.
That is Rudy in a nutshell.
Yeah.
That is, I would say.
There you go. Trauma and addiction are strongly linked, and they're linked to higher rates of dissociation, associative symptoms, which again, it's back to that sort of like thing of using not to feel or using to feel.
Yeah.
Yeah, which is, a massive thing. When I first came into recovery and everyone's like, oh, I was trying to escape this feeling and whatever. And I, I've literally done the opposite to try and feel.
Yes.
To try and to try and become more present. It's like fucking when I take some drugs, I'm actually present.
And I actually
which is sad.
Feel something.
Yeah.
And
I have I want to have some input into something.
Yeah. And I think that's, I can see now that I'd go and just have a laugh in the pub, whereas day-to-day life, I wasn't really having a laugh. I needed substances, whether that was alcohol or drugs, to kind of get on the level of other people, other humans.
Isn't that sad? And you can't see it. I used to go to my mates, right? And this isn't that long ago. This is like fairly recent history. And we'd drive there, a couple of hours away, whatever, he'd have loads of, we'd all be talking about is like the beers and the cider and all that sort of thing. And we'd get there and I'd like pretty much have nothing to say to the bloke. We'd both just stand there and just chug like a litre bottle of cider each. And then we'd just be like in hysterics all night.
Yeah.
But had we tried to have that interaction sober, fuck, I don't know what we'd have talked about.
Yeah.
Nothing. And I just would rather have just gone home.
Yeah.
It's so sad. It's fucking so sad that I thought that was just how my life was going to be.
Yeah.
And normal.
Yeah. And you just sit all night talking about all the other nights.
Yeah.
All the funny bits from the other nights when you're doing the exact same thing.
Yeah. But just nothing there. Just fucking, just completely disassociated, just unable to function properly, really.
Yeah. I was in, I was in, where was I last week? In
Bristol?
Newcastle. And I was waiting outside. I was in the city centre waiting for someone. And just a lad, it was like super hot. Obviously not as hot down here, but it was like 28, 29, blazing sun. And this lad just walked past me like full jogging suit, 2 litres of cider under each arm, swaying like Conor McGregor, singing at the top of his voice. Chuffed to bits, man. And I was just like, is that a good thing? He looks happy to me, man. But, I can remember just, it's like getting the picking up, isn't it? Getting those, you know what's ahead when you've just got what you wanted, whether it's booze or drugs.
Yeah.
And, it was like a funny funny reminder of how things were. Just I don't know why I thought of that then. When you said about meeting people and drinking, I just remember him very prominently hanging around in Newcastle last week, living his best life. I'm pretty sure he wasn't, but
Well,
from the outside, it looked like he was. For
yeah,
the rest of the city centre.
maybe he's still having fun, mate.
Yeah, you never know.
You never know. Emotional numbness, something we both know a lot about,
Yeah,
which is such a strange thing to explain to somebody who doesn't understand. So it's knowing you care about something or someone, but not being able to feel it, like the volume on the feeling setting is just turned to zero. That sums me up
yeah,
in a sentence. And it is 100% disassociation, because I know there's been parts of my life where I have felt, not to the extremes that I think I should,
yeah,
because I don't think I do feel that hard, but I do have feelings.
yeah,
But the perfect example for me, when my daughter was born, the most amazing thing that's ever happened. I've, from a distance, but right next to, watched her give birth, was the first person to hold my daughter, and I was like, in my head, I was just like screaming at myself, why can't you feel this? You know, like, people always say about, oh my God, it's a miracle. It's like watching a miracle. And I was like, yeah, it's cool. It's cool. I was just like, all I wanted to do was go to work. I just wanted to, like, get her down on the table, put a nappy on her and that, get her wrapped up with clothes and do the little thing. And I was like forcing myself to cry.
yeah.
I just completely numb.
It's hard, isn't it? And I think it shows our funerals and things where, like, you know, people I care about so much
Yeah.
and love and respect, and I'm just there, like, looking like an absolute idiot. And everyone's like flagging and upset, and I'm just there like stone cold serial killer.
Yeah.
And it's just about that emotional numbness, man. It's just like I can't explain it. And it has like that numbness has affected my romantic relationships 100%.
Yeah.
Because even when I'd be like, oh yeah, I'm going to try harder, but then, you know, saying it and doing it is when you're trapped in it.
Yeah.
It's two very different things. And then you're constantly letting people down.
Yeah.
Like in my mind, I'm like, oh yeah, I'm definitely going to try. But it doesn't, I'm trying inside, but it doesn't come off that way because I'm so numb and disassociated.
Yeah.
It's a hard thing, isn't it? It's a hard thing to explain to people who don't really experience it that often.
Yeah, totally. And the danger is because it looks like you're coping.
Yeah.
You know, nobody ever would intervene.
Yeah.
You know, and you lose years, and people just, like you said, call it your personality.
Yeah. Yeah.
Definitely.
And I think like even this, I spoke to like a guy who I worked with a few years ago, stopped working with him in 2022. And I worked with some of our friends recently just before I went into treatment, and I kind of just disappeared. And then I never got back in touch with him because of like the guilt and the shame and just feeling a bit embarrassed about it. But I actually reached out to him this week saying, look, do you want to have a catch up? I think I'm ready to tell you what happened.
Oh, nice.
And just be like, touch base again. You know, so that'll be good, I think. Because I think for me, that's kind of what comes with it all, is all of that, the guilt and the shame, the frustration, is that you want to be able to connect with people
and reciprocate as well, isn't it? Yeah.
Meeting other people's needs.
Yeah.
Yeah. And it just looks like, for me, it looks like I'm in victim mode a lot of the time.
Yeah.
When I'm not. I'm just, from the outside, it can look like that. But, you know, I'm not. I'm actually trying really hard.
So how much of your life do you reckon you've actually been present for?
The last 18 months.
Yeah, give or take.
Yeah. I don't know. I still feel long periods of every day where if I'm not careful, they can just slip by. Like,
Yeah.
even being on this laptop, it's I might not be being 100% productive. I could just be looking at stuff and like hours just pass. And I think it's it's hard to kind of put a number on that presence, I think.
Mm. Yeah, couldn't agree more. I was kind of thinking about this today because I was doing like my bring myself in today, presence, eat my breakfast, taste and I even did it at lunch. I took myself out for lunch. And I was like sat in this cafe on my own, like eating a fry up, like bit of bacon, chew it, taste the bacon with my eyes shut. You know what I mean? Like, and then like opening my eyes, looking around, being like, everyone thinks I'm a fucking weirdo.
No, I think.
But I have to do that. If I don't do that, I'm not. I'm not present.
Yeah. Yeah. And I think one of the things that I learned when I was in treatment is about my window of tolerance, and where if you're within your window of tolerance, you're present mostly. And then if you're out of it, you go to hyperarousal. And then what's the opposite of hyperarousal? I can't remember.
Don't know.
So you go to two opposite ends of the scale. It's mostly when you're thinking about the past or thinking about the future.
Oh, okay,
And
yeah,
then
yeah.
if you stay in your window of tolerance,
Yeah.
you're present. And then the more therapy and the more work you do and the more you come into recovery, you start to widen your window of tolerance.
Okay,
and
yeah.
so you're more present.
Yeah.
And I think ultimately the dream is to have a window of tolerance as wide as the English Channel
Yeah, yeah.
or the Atlantic. Go all out.
I was going to say something rude then. Yeah. Well, 24-hour fucking window, isn't it? Yeah. Mate, yeah. Like that's yeah, really good. It's bang on in it. I'd never thought of it like that, but yeah, I guess for me, my window is definitely opening through doing all this stuff, and you have to do the work.
Yeah.
Because I bullshit myself and other people sometimes. And I'm like, yeah, I did that today. And I'm like, nah, I fucking did.
Yeah.
I'll do extra tomorrow.
Yeah.
Double wink.
I always remember probably one of the only things that I remember my dad saying is like, you only get out what you put in.
Yeah.
And, one of the fellows who we know, he always says about the 12-step program is you only get out what you put in. It's true with all your recovery.
Yeah, definitely.
No,
You're only cheating yourself if you're not doing it.
Yeah. And my therapist, when I left treatment, thinking about this a lot because it's over the last few days. Well, they actually did a reunion in London, an alumni reunion last Sunday. But I chose not to go. I didn't think it was healthy for my recovery.
Yeah, I get that.
So I've been thinking about it a lot, and he said, like, anyone can talk a good recovery.
Yeah.
But if you want to live recovery's constant action.
Mm-hmm.
He said it's an action way of living.
Yeah.
Doing things when you don't want to do them.
Yeah.
Because I guess it's discipline as well, isn't
it? It's a new way of life, mate. It's a life in the concept that I've never lived.
Yeah. Yeah. Away from compulsion.
Yeah.
And impulsion.
In reality.
Yeah.
Like, I go on for hours about the arguments I have with myself in my head at the moment, but yeah, rejecting fantasy.
Yeah.
Recognizing and stopping compulsion.
Yeah.
Talking down the devil on the shoulder, all of it, mate.
Yeah.
And like you say, the window's growing. I think mine's probably about the size of a 50p piece at the moment.
Yeah. Have you read or listened to The Power of Now by Eckhart Tolle?
No.
You should listen to that while you've got a bit of time.
Yeah, okay. Yeah, write that down
Yeah,
somewhere.
because that's all about being. All we have is the now.
Yeah.
Time is just a concept we've created. Like,
Yeah.
even what I just said, those words, they're never coming back.
Yeah, yeah, like
And then
that.
you can't look to the future because no one knows what's going to happen.
Yeah.
So you have to be in the now as much as possible.
My brain loves stuff like that when it can be fed
Yeah.
stuff like that. I really soak that in.
Well, his original books, it's not that long. It's very insightful. And then he did a following up book called Practicing the Power of Now, where it has all exercises.
Sound.
And you can, they're dead cheap on eBay.
Oh, I'll put that in the show notes as well.
Yeah. And so he's good for the present stuff. I think.
Keeping it present. Well, that's the. It's kind of like, for me. I can't talk for everyone, but it's kind of the end goal, really.
Yeah,
is to be present. I mean, everything else that comes with recovery is great and whatever. But the I think I measure my recovery now in presenceness.
yeah.
Does that make sense?
Yeah.
I kind of, when I'm there in the moment, enjoying it without anything else, without the shit FM in my head, without all of the carnage, the chaos that I've caused, and the lies and the webs that I've got to keep all plates spinning in the air.
Yeah.
I'm there.
Yeah.
I'm there for those brief little moments.
Yeah. And I think it's like doing things like when it was absolutely scorchio the other week, got to like 5 o'clock, and I was like, right, I want to get some sun, but I don't want to walk around with my top off or go and lay in the park.
God, you have changed.
And so I went up to Alfred's Tower.
Oh yeah.
And I knew no one was walking their dogs because it was too hot for dogs to be out.
Yeah.
It's literally the only car in the car park. Just whipped it off and whipped my top off. Just walked around the forest for like 2.5 hours on my own.
Like some kind of Davidoff cool water advert.
Oh, mate, it's absolutely glorious. Just being present the whole time, no headphones.
Yeah.
Just silence.
That's
not
nice,
having
mate.
to talk to anyone. And it's like, I think I had that honeymoon period of coming home from treatment and then just not doing anything and just having loads of presence. And now I'm going back to reality. I'm realizing how precious the presence is.
Yeah.
And how hard it is to lose it.
Yeah.
In society.
We were just talking about this, weren't we, before we started recording, was like, and I think we've talked about it quite a lot actually, but like the whole working to live, living to work thing, I know I'm definitely in a real conundrum with that since coming into recovery. The reality of having a house, spending all my life at work to pay for the said house so I can sleep in it, really doesn't spur me on to want to live.
Yeah. Yeah, and I think you know what? The more this has been one of my problems my whole life is like just working to live. And what was that Tupac song? I can't remember what he says. Why am I dying to live if I'm just living to die?
Yeah, right.
And I think it's so true. However deep you are in the conspiracy theories,
yeah,
we are in a system.
It is, mate, and it'll push you into dissociation and anything like that.
Yeah,
just checking out. You just like literally checking in, checking out of work.
Yeah.
But like, how many people enjoy their job really?
Yeah.
How many people actually are like, yes, work, whatever. So you kind of don't want to be present there because time kind of passes more easily when you're not, doesn't it?
Yeah.
In this fantasy world where you just scroll on your phone.
Well, and I think if you look at the the school system. You're basically trained to listen to people and to spend 8 hours a day,
Yeah.
and then you go into
Yeah.
work and listening to your boss and
Yeah.
sat down for 8 hours a day. And it's just like, I don't know. Once I can't unsee it all. And
No, I know.
I'm not a massive conspiracist, but I do think you we have a mortgage is basically a lifelong loan to keep you trapped.
Yeah.
When I
And as soon as you step out of it, isn't it so like painfully obvious?
yeah,
And to force yourself to go back into it when you're trying to do right by yourself and be
yeah,
healthy and positive and promote positive mind state and a positive well-being, it's like that is just completely against the grain.
that's where I'm at, man.
Yeah, same.
I've got bills to pay. I'm like, oh my god, what is this? It back? Well, it's quite fun stuff at the minute, but yeah, I'm literally doing that. It's against my values and my beliefs, but
Yeah,
I
it's
think when
fucking hard, mate.
you have it, and when when you have children, it's it's a bit more tricky, isn't it?
Yeah.
To figure out what's best.
Yeah, absolutely.
And yeah, the system. Enough said on that.
Yeah,
Let's
I digress.
spend another 12 hours chatting about that.
We perhaps we should do another podcast.
Oh yeah, on conspiracies.
I hear they're popular. Yeah, coming back into your body after years of being in that state can take some serious work. I've done a lot of it with my therapist. I think we can go through some good tools for the listeners to use. Should you be in this state or think you're in this state or know someone who is? But we might repeat ourselves a bit here, but so with my therapist, one of the first things when she did the assessment on me was the word dissociation in capital letters, underlined with an exclamation mark.
Only one.
No, joking. But she said about dissociation and talked me through what it was and, basically brought me to the realization that I disassociated very hard. And then we've done talking therapy about it. And for me, it's with all of my recovery stuff, it's about treating the root cause, not the symptoms, because that doesn't really work for me. Well, I don't think it works for anyone really, but it can buy people some time, I guess. Yeah. So her having the understanding of why I've been disassociated from things that have happened to me and being able to talk me through that in talking therapy. And then we've done EMDR around those things as well. So like the subconscious stuff, which has worked really well in processing the issues that have caused learnt behaviors that put me in that mind state. So I think going forward, I'm quite aware of things that cause me to want to disassociate, to escape. I hope so anyway. But yeah, so I can really recommend any kind of therapy for that.
Yeah. I think for me in treatment, I did a lot of radical acceptance.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
that was kind of, well, I would still say I haven't actually come back to myself yet. Still emotionally numb and flat. But I'm also heavily medicated, so I'm sure that contributes to it as well.
Yeah. But you've got to be more at one now than you have been for a long time, right?
Yeah, and I think more present. I think like meditating helps me with my sound balls.
Yeah.
Or not with the 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Yeah, talk us through
senses.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1. We were talking about this earlier, but I've not come across it before.
Yes, I went to an event, forest bathing.
Forest bathing, next
Bristol.
big thing.
Yeah, and we did this in the forest, and so you have each of your senses. I can't remember the order they go in. So 5 things. You sit in the meditative position. 5 things you can see.
What, you name them?
Yeah, internally you just spot and tell yourself them, so you're obviously present.
Yeah.
And you're naming them. You close your eyes. You don't have to close your eyes, but that helps me focus on. So forest bathing, focusing on the birds. There's the slight hum of the traffic of Bristol, the trees talking to each other with the wind, and you can hear other things, people walking their dogs, for example.
Yeah.
And you're focusing on your senses, so you're trying to hear 4 things.
Yeah.
So it's kind of forcing yourself to use your senses and your intuition. And then 3 things you touch. So one of the things, that take your shoes off if you're comfortable and be barefoot in the forest. You had to find your own spot. So for example, I sat at the base of a wet, mossy tree. It was covered in all sorts. So you can kind of touch them and the moist leaves from all the rain. And you have the smell. Forest bathing, the whole place, it had been raining, just smell of forest foist. Just that moisture smell.
That foisty smell.
Yeah. And then one thing you can taste, and it kind of activates each of your senses.
Yeah, I like that.
And because it's a whole process, by the time it's like 10 minutes of meditating.
Yeah.
If you do it slowly.
And that's forcing you to be present, isn't it?
Yeah. And if you take your time, it's not like you're running around trying to get the inflatable banana in supermarket sweep.
Yeah.
And just rip off that like £20 sign. So yeah, it's good. And it's probably the easiest way of reconnecting.
Yeah.
It's quite a good thing to do.
So another one that's a sort of like a physical one like that I've done before is the finger to thumb thing. There's that film, isn't there? I can't remember, is it like The Accountant or something? Where he's a bit mental and he has to like... No, it's not. It's Mark Wahlberg in a military film. But yeah, so maybe that's where I got it from. I don't know. You tap your thumb to your pointing finger, tap your thumb to your index finger, and then so on across your fingers, and then back in the pattern whilst naming things that you're doing on each tap. So it'd be breathing, sitting, sweating.
Yeah.
No, podcasting. But like that, which again, it's doing that brain body thing.
Yeah.
It's bringing you in line. I find that quite good for my brain to sort of like, it quietens down the noise somehow.
Mm.
What's name it, then use it? Were you talking about this earlier?
I just made an Anchorman where is it Steve Carroll?
I don't know.
And he's just like, I love lamp. And he doesn't say anything else. He just names it. Lamp, I love lamp. Yeah, but I guess, naming it, it's similar to what you said, I guess, about eating. Similar as being present through naming something.
So don't just name what you see, say what it's for. Chair for sitting, cup for drinking, adding meaning to reduce the unreal feeling faster. Okay, yeah. So, yeah.
Rather than just going through the motions.
Yeah. It's going a bit deeper.
Yeah.
Yeah, quite like that.
And then one of the very trendy things at the minute is the sauna and the ice. Yeah, I think that's one of the things that I try and do every Sunday now, is go for a sauna and then do the ice. And it just leaves me feeling grounded.
Yeah.
I don't think it leaves me feeling more connected. Just eases my nervous system.
Yeah, right. Yeah.
And yeah.
Well, it does, doesn't it? It does soothe your nervous system.
Yeah.
Making it work a bit.
And I think I actually learned this in treatment, as well as getting your shoes off, getting your feet on the ground, on the grass.
Yeah.
And I actually learned, not that I've done it that often, but how to walk and meditate.
Okay.
There's a technique of walking meditation from the East, and it's It's just consciously like lifting every part of your foot and having the same technique and placing it down and kind of being fully focused on each step. And you can walk 10 paces. You can do a walk around this whole field,
Yeah.
or you can do 10 forwards, 10 back, and just try and
Yeah.
say if you say in the UK you're on a laminate floor and you try and focus on putting your feet on each bit of wood, the same bit every time.
Yeah.
And then your focus, you're meditating while you're focusing.
Yeah.
You're
Okay.
breathing in steps. Quite a powerful thing.
Yeah. Nice.
But obviously doing that on the grass and being connected with earth.
Yeah. Literally grounding yourself as well.
Yeah.
There's some cool tools. Yeah. So, and then again, rather than treating the symptoms, you're better off knowing what causes it. So know your triggers, isn't it? So the stress, the trauma reminders, lack of sleep, sensory overload, just recognizing that run up. So you ground early, the halt, mnemonic, hungry, angry, lonely, tired. If you're any of those, you're 1 foot out the door. And then, going deeper, like we said before, the CBT therapy, talking therapy, and then EMDR to address the root. And like you were talking about that window of tolerance.
Yeah.
Building capacity to stay present.
Yeah. And I think one of the things I've said before is I journal. And then if I'm not journaled for a few weeks, actually. I needed a break. And it's been the World Cup. So I've been tired in the evening.
Yeah.
Or staying up.
It's like 2:00 in the morning.
Yeah, I need to get back on it though, because that I need to ideally I need to write down that feeling of depression the last few days, because it's tracking it and catching it early. And this is what, even though it's been 2 years, like stopping the journaling, it's those things that if I don't keep doing it, then it's like, oh, I'm fine. Then I'll end up stopping the meds, and then one thing leads to another, and it's keeping. I do need to, even just saying it now, I know that I need to keep doing it.
Yeah,
and it is because it catches these patterns early.
So how does that work for you? You recognize it more because you've journaled it, and then you're more conscious of it.
Yeah. And then if a trigger comes up, I can look back and see when I was triggered like that again. Obviously, I've got a few years of journals now.
So what?
It's not that easy.
How would you go back though and cross reference?
If I
read every page.
Not every page. I usually do a 1 page for every day.
Yeah, okay.
So I won't sit and journal like 16 pages for.
Yeah.
I keep it so like, what do I usually put? I put how I'm feeling, what I'm grateful for, what's in the day. This is kind of slipped a bit as well, but I used to, what have I done for my recovery today? And I'd have my non-negotiables, which is my morning routine, journaling, exercise, 7 things I think is on there. And I would tick off what I've done. And if I hadn't done it that day, I'd try and make sure that I'd do it all the next day.
Yeah, nice.
But even that's kind of slipped.
Yeah.
But I do the basics, and then I write if I'm triggered or where I'm at, what I've experienced in the day, and then I can kind of flick through if there's any patterns emerging.
I don't know if I've said it before in here or not, but the journaling just doesn't work for me.
Well, that's it, isn't it? Some stuff works for some people.
Yeah, it's annoying because, well, is it annoying? I don't know. It's frustrating because everyone says journal. My therapist, everyone is like, oh yeah, I should journal about it, but I don't know. Putting pen to paper isn't good for me. It's like I find it a chore rather than I don't get like release from it. I'm just concentrating on how to spell words, and then but it's just pointless, really. What it feels like.
Yeah.
So talking about coming back into sort of like presence, what is it that works best for you? real talk.
to come back present, to be present.
Yeah, like everything we talked about, summarize up what is the best tools that you use for coming out of dissociation, coming back into the brain, body, yourself.
I think going to the gym,
Yeah, exercise, nice.
listening to Linkin Park at excessively loud
Dun, dun,
temperatures.
dun, 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 dun.
No, I think going to the gym, meditating 100% brings me back. And I think I've said before, if I can't focus, I either use my sound balls or I light the candle and you watch the flame dance, and then that's your focus.
Yeah, nice.
You just get out for a walk. Don't take headphones like I did the other day. It was just like, that is presence.
Yeah.
And it all works, but when you're in it, it's not as easy to be like, oh yeah, I'm just going to go and snap out of it and do this.
Yeah. We've got to recognize it first.
Yeah.
That's the hardest part, man.
Yeah. But now you have that awareness, you can catch it and you'd be like, oh, those last few hours have gone like that. I've not done anything.
Yeah.
And you'd be like, right, I need to do something to change it. And I think, ultimately we'd be present all the time, but it's not possible. What would you say that works for you on that front?
Best things for me are the therapy.
Yeah.
Definitely. If you're listening and you haven't done therapy, just do some kind of therapy if you can. You can get free access to therapy through your GPs and your local council talking therapies. Just ask your GP. Then annoyingly the eating thing, because that's one thing that I I'm just like I don't know where I am when I'm eating, but I just hoover food. I don't even chew half of it.
Man, I'm eating so much at the minute. I'm just forcing it in when I
swallowing sausages whole.
Yeah, veggie sausages.
Yeah.
I've just been having like 1,200 calorie smoothies to try and get, and it's like just drinking or oh my god, I don't even want to talk about it.
Yeah. So therapy. What did I just say? It's late, isn't it? This is late. I'm tired. Therapy.
Conscious
eating, gratitude. Doing a gratitude list first thing in the morning is it's like you said before. I can't not do it. It brings me into the present. It makes me realize that fucking. Do you know what I mean? All the fuzziness sort of disappears from the edges, and it's like fucking hell. Look at what's in front of you. Look at what you've got to be grateful for.
Yeah.
Look at all that stuff. Fucking wake up.
Yeah.
So I have to do that. Yeah, and just taking a moment throughout the day when I can. I have my check-in alarms that go off throughout the day. I have 3 of them. It doesn't work perfectly. It'll go off during a conversation or whatever, and I'll miss it sometimes. But most of the time, when I catch it and I'm able to do so, I take that moment just to wake up. Is kind of how I see it. Just to be like, hang on, no, come on, take it in, like actually look. I do like a double long blink, soak up a few things around me, look at some detail in some stuff, look at the texture of some things, and just really, really round off a sort of like, any 10, 20 seconds worth of coming back.
Yeah.
Literally. Yeah. And that's that for me is the most important set of things that works at the moment.
Yeah. And I think if anyone who's listening, if they have any good things they use, then we'd love to hear.
Yeah.
For sure.
100%. Yeah. Get them in the comments or send them in or do whatever. Yeah, it'd be good to see people passing around skills. We'll try and put as much of this in the show notes as well. The tools and bits and bobs. Because, yeah, God, it's only until someone points it out that conscious eating thing, honestly, I can't believe I've never come across it before.
Yeah.
And like, I'm such a gluttonous animal that I would have just gone on the rest of my life just, not doing it. And like that lunch I had today, so nice.
Yeah.
I've had that breakfast at that place so many times, and today was the nicest one I've ever had.
Yeah.
And it's the same stuff, man.
Part of Ayurveda is like slow eating.
Is it?
Conscious
Yeah.
eating. It's thousands of years old, that from the Sanskrits.
Yeah, really.
But when you go to like Ayurveda, well, I've been to an Ayurveda thing before during the day, and there's a lunch, and there's like a slow eating table and a normal eating.
It's yeah.
And it's like, I really should sit on the slow eating table, but I'm starving.
Yeah. Yeah. I don't. There's probably something at this. Maybe there's someone listening who'll know, but there's probably something else. There's probably something that's. I think I get a feeling from being full quickly.
Yeah.
I get a certain feeling inside me which makes me feel safe, I think.
Yeah.
But that's probably another kettle of fish that I don't need to worry about just yet. Right. Do you want to give us a bit of a closing statement?
You want me to do it?
Yeah, go on.
Okay. Thanks for listening, guys. I'm going to close it with leaving kept us alive when staying wasn't survivable. That's worth respecting, not hating. But the work now is learning that it's safe to be here, in your body, in the room, in the actual life, not watching it through glass, living in it.
Nice, man. Didn't sound scripted at all.
So off the cuff.
Nice to have a little close-out statement.
Yeah.
Yeah, wicked. Thanks for listening, guys. We'll see you in the next episode.
Take it easy.
More to take, more to chase, more to numb, more to escape. More screens, more pills, more noise, more thrill. We wanted more, we lost ourselves. We paid the cost, the deeper we delve. Always more. Never enough. Always more. Never enough. Until it breaks. Or you do. Until it breaks. All you do.